Welcome back, guys, and today in this video we will look at the functionality of turning a lead into a subscriber. Okay, so the idea is that once, let's say we want to convert one lead into an active subscriber, we will have a button here which says, let's say add subscriber or save subscriber, and then clicking on that I will be able to see the details, change the package. If required, it will tell me when my subscription will end, and based on that I will create that subscriber. And also what we will want to do is, once a lead is converted into a subscriber, we would want to maybe change the status of the lead so that it doesn't come up on our dashboard, but we still have that in our database for future references, like the reminders, what were the conversations, and all those things. So let's get started with this video where we will build that functionality. To start with, we will need two routes. Okay, one is for subscribing and one is the actual place where the post request will happen, right? So why don't we create them first? Get, okay, it should be leads slash subscribe slash view. Okay, we will do a lead. We will do route model binding, and we will pass that lead over to that controller method. And for that, let's first create the controller. So I'll come to my terminal and let's create a new controller, php artisan make controller, lead subscriber controller. Okay, that is going to be our controller. So I'll come back to my web.php file, lead subscriber controller class. The first one will be view. Okay, because we are going to create a view first. Okay, we will name it, let's just say, lead dot subscribe. Okay, and we'll create one more. This is going to be a post route, which is subscribe slash save. Okay, we will name that as store, and in here let's do it add. So we need to create these two methods. So let's go to our controller. This is the view. We will have the lead and we will have store, which will have the request. So we have the two functions which we wanted. We have defined the two routes. Now let's see what is going to happen in these two routes, right? So the first one, which is our view, right, we will need to create a page, and then inside that a view route, right? So inside JS we'll have pages. Here I'll have subscribe or subscribers slash subscriber add.view. Okay, index we will create later. First, let's look at the add functionality. So subscriber add.view, and I'll need the layout. Right, add that to the components. And why don't we steal some of the code from, let's say, lead add. So we have container, copy this, paste it in here. So we have, let's say, subscribers. Okay, this is something which we will create later on. New subscriber. So let the route continue to go to the lead list for now. Okay, and this is where our form will come. So we have everything in place. I think this is fine. in here, inside our controller, we need to tell Inertia to render subscribers slash subscriber add.view, or rather just subscriber add. We'll pass the lead. Okay, and then if we do, I think lead.subscribe, we get that, right? So before jumping into the page, why don't we have the ability to go to that particular page? So we need to modify our lead form, right? So let's open that up. Lead form inside share, right? Yes. So this is our form component which has those buttons. So why don't we, we need a button somewhere here. So why don't we divide that into two columns, and okay, div, the alignment is off. I don't know why this is happening, but yeah, I'll need to fix that. Button, no, I rather will copy this. Okay, it will be an inertia link, success, and let's just say lead dot subscribe is the route which we created. We'll need to pass the lead, so lead locally, main lead, right? Main lead, yeah. And let's call this as add make subscriber. Yeah, so we have this. Why don't we do a format and see if this is working properly? Format code, yes it does. So we have this button over here. Let me refresh. I just need to make it float right so that it's on the side. Okay, so now we are able to go here, which means from any lead. So let's say Alan Lamb, it's a yearly package, and if I go here, yes, I'm on subscriber 5. So this things, the navigation is working. Now we quickly need to build up the form. So lead form, this part is done. This is my subscriber add page, which is this. Okay, I don't need that entire page. Why don't we div row, right? Div row, div column md12, and instead of 12, why don't I make it 6, so that the form is only half the page, like so. Okay, we will have a new component inside here which will be called subscribe form, or rather subscriber form. Okay, I need a template. Typical stuff, right? First things first, inside subscriber add, we will get the props through which we will get lead. Okay, we will need the lead here. So lead will be an object, and that thing should be passed in here to the form component. So why don't we import subscriber form from this? This is fine. I'll add that subscriber form in here, which mean in here in the markup we will have subscriber form. Let's close that out. To the subscriber form we need to pass two props actually. So one will be the lead itself, which is an object. Will be lead, right? And also we need to send the packages, because I need to show the drop down and give the ability for the user to change the package before subscribing if the user wants to. So why don't we go to our leads controller? Okay, this is a query which is being used again and again. I would ideally want this to come through a single function or something. Let us see how we can refactor it later, but yes, we need to do that. Okay, packages are here, so packages will be dollar packages. Okay, subscriber add will have one more prop, which is packages, which I'm expecting as an array, which I'll pass to this form as well. And because I'm going to pass that form this package is, so we will do this dot packages equal to packages. Okay, so yeah, these two props are being sent to the form. Let me at least open up the form tag. Okay, and do v on, or rather at the rate submit equals something. I'll do the prevent as well. Handle form submit. This is going to be my function name. I'll define that inside my methods. This will emit an event. Okay, this dot dollar emit, which is going to be handle form submit, and we will send this post data through this event. Okay, now that we are emitting this event, why don't we go into our subscriber add? We will say at the rate on this event handle subscriber add. This is the function which again in here I'll create. If this is going to get it's getting confusing, hold on a bit, I will explain you everything in details, but just let me finish. So this dot no sorry console dot, just let's go through the code once more. We have the packages and the lead being sent to this subscriber add. Okay, so this is the page, the view page, which is being rendered by Inertia. Okay, this is the page. So here we are saying that we will receive two props, the lead object and the packages array. Okay, I have imported two components which are defined here. The main thing is the subscriber form. In this um, child component, we are passing the packages and the lead as props, and this is a way of listening to events being propagated up to the parent components by the child components. So what is happening is this child component is going to raise an event, okay, or rather emit an event with the name handle form submit, and it will send this data as well along with that event. And what I am doing is, we are saying that on that event, right, we need to call this function which will get that post data, and we are right now only consoling that and doing nothing else. So let's see if things are working properly as we expected. I'll open up my console. It just says subscriber form is not registered, which is strange because subscribes form. Okay, I made a typo. I will rectify that. Okay, subscriber form, and then we do subscriber, change it in here. I think this tag is correct, so we should now have no errors, which is correct. So pull that here. Okay, we have this in place. We have the packages in here, we have the lead object. Now paste some of the form markup so that we can quickly go over the markup and then start building the functionalities on top of that form. Right, so we have this markup in here. I don't have those IDs, so it is complaining in red. So we'll have name. So this is v model local lead bind to name, which means we need that um, data property. So data, right now it's empty. Later on we will push the props into our lead state, and then we will have all the values. So let's keep it like that. We have lead name, then we have interested package, so we need that as well. I'm missing the ID, so I'll add that like so. Okay, what is happening? That's fine. I made a typo. Is it lead? Yeah, v model is this, so that's fine. I think the problem is the label and the ID has a wrong spelling, so fine, that I have corrected. Options in packages is here. So days, this is basically my select box. I have done a v model binding to interested package. Okay, so that's the second data. Tab index, we can remove it from here. I just borrowed that from the lead form. Okay, it's my compiler is breaking. We will look into that. However, view model subscription ends at, okay, these two will be computed properties which we need to define. Okay, so subscription end date, now this is where what I need to do basically is, once the user selects the package from the drop down, I'll need to show the user a date when his subscription will end, and it is going to be a computed property, because the moment my interested package is changed, I need to compute that again. Okay, so first things first, I think I need to have my hook created at, and in that, as I told you, what we will do is we'll say lead local lead rather. Okay, local lead is equal to this dot lead. This means what is going to happen is, the moment this component is ready, it will take the props and it will assign it to the lead, local lead. However, I defined these two properties because the rendering part of that template, right, it is expecting those variables, and initially it will be null if I don't do that. Okay, so we need to handle that accordingly. So we have no, we need these two computed properties, so why don't we add them? This is going to be one function, and this is the second one. Okay, and it is still failing. Why is it failing? Let us see. It says duplicate ID. Okay, duplicate attribute ID, that's here. Okay, I'll change it to IP, and now fine, everything is proper. So we'll have one more thing as ID in here. Date, this is for, let's say we'll call it price, and ID is price. Okay, so these two things are ready, which means our form, although it is a little incomplete, it should render right. So we have this drop down, okay, based on the package which that particular lead has selected. So Let me come up with that menu. Go to Nancy Patel. See, it's monthly package, so I'll see monthly package here. If I go back and select this, it's a yearly package, so I'll get the yearly package in here. So now we need to populate the subscription ends at and subscription price. Okay, so for calculating the subscription ends at, we need to play around with the dates. Now, in PHP we have Carbon, which really helps us. So in JavaScript world we have Moment, which we will install. Okay, so my package is added. Now what I can do is, in here I can import Moment from Moment. Okay, and subscription, why is it squawking on this thing? What do I rename it to? Why do I need to rename that? Subscription ends at, I don't know. I'll leave it like that. It's a warning any which way. So right, so how do we calculate the subscription ends at? First things first, we need to get the package which the user has currently selected, right? Because it can change. The package will change based on the drop down change. So let's say we do constant user package equals, we filter on the packages which is coming from the props. So this dot packages dot filter. Okay, what filter does is it will iterate over all the elements inside an array, because as we have defined in our props, packages is an array, so we get that filter option. So we will filter over all the packages, pckg, right? And we need to return, so it will iterate over every element, and the final result will be a list of all the elements which are returned based on a condition. So what I'm saying is, if there are 5 packages, it will iterate one by one, and every time based on a condition, if that element is returned, then that will be available here. Okay, so return package dot name triple equals this dot local lead dot interested package. Okay, so this is the condition. What I am saying is, filter through this prop and only return me the elements where the package name is equal to the interested package being selected, which is in our data property. Okay, now this can return multiple elements because it's a filter, but we know it is going to return one. So in the user package, we will just select the first element from the array. From the user package, the first thing that we need to do is get the ends at date. So return moment. Okay, moment is a function, is the function which is very similar to what we do with Carbon now. So moment will give me the current date and time. Then I add user package dot number of days. Okay, why don't I copy that? Okay, no, I don't have that. So number of days, that's the field inside the packages, and I'll say we need to add days, and then finally format in the JavaScript way, which is year, month, and date. Okay, so let us keep that like this, and now I think at least the subscription ends at will work properly. So it's a yearly package. So today is 21st, and it is showing that it will end in 2021. If I do monthly, it's 23rd 3, and half yearly goes to 28 2020. So that's how the calculation is done. The same thing, almost very similar calculation is for the subscription price. So user payment amount is something which we are looking at. We will take the user package, okay, and we will return. I'll copy the rupee symbol just to show the rupee symbol in the amount. So user package dot amount. Refresh. So it is showing me that the yearly package is 10,000. Okay, although it's there in the drop down. So this is 5,000 and this is monthly package. So yeah, that's how the form is rendering and showing the data. And now we will, basically what we need to do is, in this thing we are already sending the post data, right? So in here we should get everything. So let's just confirm we are getting correct data. So post data, it says empty. Okay, sorry. Let us over here form our post data. So we need name, which is this dot local lead dot name. Okay, comma. Then we have package ID. Package ID will be user package. So I'll just do this again. I'm repeating this, so I could have put that in the data property, but okay, for now let's just do user package dot package ID. Rather, it will be ID because it's the package. Then I have lead ID. Now the lead ID will obviously be this dot lead dot ID, the props which is coming. Okay, renewal date is going to be this again a computed property. A computed property. Okay, we will have to refactor it in a way so that this user package is being used properly. I don't think this is the right thing to do that, but renewal date will be moment dot add user package dot, it will be number of days. I'll copy that, and here slash days. Okay, so I'm adding that, and then format. Okay, so renewal date is done, and then the final one is amount, which will be user package dot amount. Okay, so this is something which I'll send through the form submit. It is complaining about something. Add is not a function. I did moment. Okay, it was not a function. That's why I think it was complaining. Right, so post data, we are getting these elements, which is that which is the correct thing that we wanted. Now once we have this data, we will need to do a post, right? So inside our subscriber ad, which is this, right, we will do inertia, this dot dollar inertia, okay, dot post, and we will do the route. What is the name of the route? Let's go back to our web.php, copy this and come over here. Okay, and we will send the post. So we are telling inertia to do a post call to this route with this data. Okay, and this is the request. So why don't we At first, do a logger request all and just confirm that things are coming properly. Storage logs 22nd. I'll just clear that out and hit refresh. Nothing happened. That's interesting. So it came here and then inertia inertia $inertia is correct dot post should have worked. No reason for it to fail. Okay, the controller is not getting called at all. So it's a post URL. That's fine. Lead, subscribe, save. I'm not interested in that. It's basically lead subscriber controller. The store method is being called. This is fine. Store. It's a request. I was here. So what is stopping it from getting executed? I don't understand. Okay. It says post of undefined. Now, ideally, the post would have been there. This is subscriber ad, right? I think I completely missed that. I wonder how that happened, but the initial spelling was wrong. Okay, this white thing means I would have got the log properly, and I did. So I'm getting the data here, okay, inside my controller. We need to save the subscriber data, but for that, first let me create the model. So PHP artisan make model with migration and nothing else as models slash subscriber. What it will do is create this migration along with a model inside my models folder. Okay, in here dollar guarded equals empty. That's the only change I'm going to make in the model. And then inside database in the migration we'll have some work to do. I'll copy paste the code and we will go through all the columns which are required. Okay, so I have lead ID, package ID, renewal date, the amount. I'll also do table index columns, a few of them, which is lead ID, comma package ID. I'll need the renewal date because I'll do the queries based on the renewal date. Timestamp, I'll do this as date field, not timestamp. Okay, and then what we are trying to do is once the lead is converted, we will take some of the information from the lead and put it in this table so that we don't have to join them again and again to get the details, right? So let's just open up our lead table migration. Okay, so we will add name, email, phone, age, obviously, date of birth, branch ID added by. The interested package is the only thing that I will remove from there. All this is fine. In here, additionally, I will just add table, a boolean value, which is active, and that defaults to 1. With this, I think we can do a PHP artisan migrate, refresh, and seed. Okay, it failed because it says the subscriber table already exists. Let me open up the database. I'll delete all the tables for now. Okay, because these are all dummy data any which way. So I just updated the existing migration. I don't want to create one migration just for adding that column. Okay, so we have leads where everything is active 1. Okay, and we have subscribers where we need to put in the data. Okay, so the migrations are done. I think we are good to create our code for the controller. Okay, so the first thing which we will do is validation. Post data is equal to this. Validate, send the request, and then our rules. First one is name is required. The second is package ID, which needs to exist in the packages table with the column name as ID. Okay, then we have lead ID. It's kind of similar, right? Then we will have renewal date. I'm expecting the date format to be this. Okay, and the last one is amount. So this is my post data. I'll get the package. Okay, and I'll also get the lead. I'll tell you why, but we need the lead as well. So dollar lead equals lead find dollar post data lead ID. Okay, with these done, we need to, so we have validated, we have, queried the package and the lead from the database based on the post data, and then we do subscribe, create. Okay, lead ID is going to be dollar post data lead ID. Okay, then renewal date. Now why did I take all those values from, I mean, why did I query for the package? Because the renewal date and the amount is something which I want to take from the package, which is coming from the database and not from the client side. Okay, I don't think, for these information we should rely on the client side. If they fidget with the data, we are, in a problem. So we will recalculate them and ensure that it's the recent data coming from the database. So renewal data date will be now add days. Okay, and that will be package number of days. Those calculations were made in Vue just to, how do you say, show that to the end user, but there was no intention of, picking that information from the Vue and saving it to the database. That's generally a wrong practice to do. Always pick these kind of information from the database instead of, relying on the client. Okay, now there are the leads property which we need. So I'll create some shortcut. I'll have need the name, email, phone, age, date of birth, branch ID, and this. So now I'll just align them, select all of them, post data, okay, and only thing which, oops, those will be comma. The only mistake that I made was these are not post data, but they will be lead, then this, and then comma. So name is from the lead name, lead email, phone number, age, date of birth, branch ID, and all those things, right? So once this is done, we can change the property of lead active to 0, save the lead. Okay, and then we will redirect the user, redirect to route. What's the name of that route? Lead subscribe, right? We need to send the lead. So in here, lead subscribe, lead $lead with success as subscriber added. All right, so we have done a lot of things. Just quickly recap. Validation is done. We loaded this data, created the subscriber entry, updated the lead status, sending it back. Now just hit refresh. It was yearly, I did a monthly, and it's saved. Now what happened was, I think, although this is now showing yearly, let's look at our subscribers table. In subscriber, it is taking up everything correctly. The monthly package, which was 1000, is here, right? And where is it? Renewal is 23rd of March, which is correct. Package ID is 1. So let's see the package ID. It should be monthly package. Yes, it is. Although it is showing the yearly thing if I refresh, because the lead was on yearly package, which we don't need to update now because I think it's any which ways a subscriber. So we can do that, but the subscriber is correctly coming up, right? So yeah, that's how we are able to get that. The only change now I would like to do is this data which is coming. We have a subscriber which is, where is it? This one, right? So we have this, which means we should not see this in the leads table now because this lead is not active right now. So okay, leads controller is here. Where is my view? The index, this query I'll change. I'll do active as 1 and hit refresh. So yes, 6 and then 8, which means the 7th one is gone. Let us check that again. So Nancy Patel will click here, make her a subscriber. She was initially interested in monthly. Then we said, why don't we take the yearly, half yearly package? She said yes. We did a save, and now she's gone from this list. However, in the database we have package ID 2, which is the monthly package. We can confirm that yes, monthly package is 2. So we have a new subscriber, 5000. Her email, phone number, everything is carry forwarded here. It's there in the lead as well, but now to list the subscribers, we don't need that information from the leads table. We can simply pull it up from the subscribers table. So yeah, that's how we have completed this functionality of making a new subscriber to our application. So yeah, that's how we added the functionality of converting or making a lead into a subscriber. Right? If you like the videos, do click on the thumbs up icon and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.